Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome into another Nexus Gaming Series matchup tonight, featuring too many geese against heavy hitters. Welcome in Kala and Hoku, and welcome everybody else in the chat to this heroic division matchup here. Let's see what we're playing for tonight. Too Many Geese has a long way to go. Heavy Hitters is eliminated from playoffs, but Too Many Geese has too many games to play. They have like 6, oh god, I'm gonna say the thing, or 7 games yet to play. So they could move up in the rankings and potentially catch Rodney's or 4 blatant enters. A lot to play for them tonight. So big game for Too Many Geese. Let's see how it comes out for them. Let's take a look at our early map bans. The aforementioned Too Many Geese banning both Alterac and Cursed Hollow. Meanwhile, our team in red tonight, Heavy Hitters, banning both Sky Temple and Battlefield of Eternity. Map is yet to be picked. It looks like we finally got one here. This was picked by Heavy Hitters. We are going to Towers of Doom for our first bout tonight. And that leaves Too Many Geese with first pick. They have a few games, yeah. I think they had a game earlier this week, and I think they have, well, obviously one tonight, and then I think they still have another game as well. Alright. So we have a lobby up here. Tell us more. Fuzz says, I've been a top 10 GM for like the last 2 to 3 years. Let's just verify that fact. Let's just take a look here at Mr. Top 10 GM. Okay, number 6, number 4, number 5, number 5, number 1. This is right about the time that everybody that was good at the game stopped playing, right? That's not true. He's been a GM for a long time. Wow. I didn't realize he's been around that long. Alright. Put some respect on his name. Towers of Doom. Look at these teams starting right on time, by the way. You'd love to see it. I have not cast too many Towers of Doom games. I was gonna say Tomb of the Spider Queen. Starts with the TO. Oh my gosh, why do these notifications keep coming up? Please mute for 8 hours. Thank you. My goodness. Ooh, and I know what I was gonna do. I was gonna change the... I can't do that here. First band is Falstad. What's up, Saddlebar? Welcome in. Medivh ban. That's a good ban. As somebody who's played against the Geese, um, banning the bird is interesting. So we had a little bit of a patch this week, and I guess a little bit is kind of a misnomer. It was significant in 2026 hot patches. One of the interesting changes was to a Medivh 20, in which it increases the range of Medivh's Q by like 3 times or something. It's a really funny talent. It's not very good, I don't think, but it is hilarious. And each one of these heroes was touched by the last patch. We saw Chen get a rather significant buff. We saw Falstad get a little bit of a nerf with the range, but obviously his auto attack, I still think he's the strongest auto attacker in the game right now. Medivh getting just a couple kind of side-graded changes. And then Mal'Ganis has now a stacking quest, which I think is more cosmetic than anything else, but he was technically changed, and I think mostly for the worst. Heavy hitters, grabbing a couple of globals here. K-Star on Brightwing. Last time I saw K-Star, they had a really, really strong Brightwing game. I think it was on Cursed. It doesn't really matter where, but I was very, very impressed by that. Whereabouts on the Dahaka. Meanwhile, our home team, meta slaves as they are, and they love their Thrall. Kags loves Thrall, so we have Joe, Syl, and Thrall in the 1-2-3 for them. Second round of bans, healer needs to be taken yet. Would expect to see either the Rhaegar or Anduin. Oh, okay. Instead, we're going to see the Lucio ban. And will this be the Garrosh, or are they just going to say, we're going to let Tezo Paco play Garrosh? Nope, okay, it's going to be Chromie. So I expect to see Garrosh here, and then Xanth probably take a DPS of sorts. What's available? I like Hanzo here. Junkrat is still available. Junkrat's pretty strong. Garrosh, Junkrat. Ooh, Tyrael. Wait a minute. And Nazebo. What's going on? Wait, are we having fun tonight? I'm up for fun. If Heavy Hitters is having fun tonight, I'm excited. We have our tank player on Nazebo and funds on Tyrael. I love it. Let's see how Too Many Geese will respond. They like double melee, double bruiser. And we see the Deathwing here. Now, if this is like a Leo or a Greymane, I think it's going to be really tough. Nazebo's a pretty decent, decent counter to the Deathwing. And I don't think the Tyrael, well, Tyrael's okay into it, I guess. Just Vala, okay. I like the Vala choice here. We're having funs tonight, yeah. Everybody have funs tonight. Everybody have funs tonight. Everybody Wang Chung tonight. Everybody Wang Chung tonight. What is that new pirate game that just came out? Isn't it like Primrose or something? Am I crazy? What's the new... There was a new pirate game that came out. I thought it was featured. It's in, like, alpha or something. Do I have the name of it wrong? Alright, someone find that for me while I introduce our teams tonight. From left to right, we have too many geese. Super on Johanna, Lucifer on Anduin. Time playing Sylvanas, KJ Kegs on the Thrall, and Show on Deathwing. From right to left, Team USA, excuse me, we have heavy hitters. We have Funds on Tyrael, Xanthanarium playing Vala. I've had to cast a lot of games to be able to say that name with confidence, and I think we've finally reached that point. Xanthanarium on the Vala, Tezopaco on the Nazeebo, K-Star, and Brightwing. And in the top lane, whereabouts is the Dahaka? Well, he's in the top lane. Let's take a look at our level 1 talents here. E-Build from Thrall. It's the one notable one that sticks out to me. Toads from Nazeebo, maybe. Vala trying to get some stackies in. Immediately getting blinded. Happy to see Joe going the right build. Have you considered an appearance on America's Got Talent? No, I have no talent. You have to have talent to be on that. Are they going to be able to get the first blood? Yes, they will. Nazeebo caught just a little bit on the wrong side of history. And he will be thinking about his choices for a little bit here as the Vala getting some stacks. Time getting run down here. Fun's going in after this. Looks like he's going to be okay trading. Nice kill there by the Vala as well. And I feel like Tyrael is kind of a sleeper pick these days. He got buffed a couple patches ago now, and is still such a very strong hero and does so much damage, provides so much mobility. Nice root there by the Thrall. He wants his stacks, but he's not going to get them. Instead, he might find another Dahakatung if he sticks around long enough. Deathwing catching a mid-wave. Meanwhile, both these teams here deciding to get their siege camps in the bottom lane. I guess that's not true. You don't have to have talent to necessarily be on America's Got Talent, because I've seen some of the people on there, and, well, yikes. So both teams will do their camp as the Haka Deathwing duel it out mid. We have Thrall and Nazeebo in the top lane. We'll keep the action here in the bottom lane to see who can clear these pumpkins out quicker. See if anybody will be able to push them into the bottom towers and wall. Good damage here onto Time. Both Vala and Syl trying to stack. Dahaka dug down. Will not find any. Did he dig or did I just miss? Yeah, he did dig. Okay. He did a little diggy-do. Both teams will clear out the pumpkins. And let's see what's happening here in the mid lane. Show. Very nonchalant to get around that. Chomp. Deathwing did get a bit of a nerf, and I mean a bit. There's really... You could call it a nerf, but there really wasn't much there. Big damage on the Time. The pull not going to be there. Brightwing with that additional auto attack. Auto attacks are important, even from your healers. Brightwing will get that kill. 32 stacks on the Vala. Sant, a very strong Vala player. Level 20 will be very scary. And as we talk about the Vala, nice poly. Not going to be able to fully stop the Vala from capping, as Nazeebo and Thrall trade top. We're going to have a bit of a kerfuffle here in the mid lane. Lucifer caught out, though. Dahaka looking for a tongue. Lucifer running now into the fight. Is going to be able to get out of here. Vala getting quite low. But a nice shift from K-Star. And now it's still a 5-on-5. Deathwing, though, can just kind of farm. As long as the Vala is zoned out, and it looks like Thrall is going to be able to cap this objective. It's going to be a 2-for-1 in favor of too many geese. But the scaling continues. Nazeebo will continue to get stacks. Vala will continue to get stacks. And with these haunting arrows, we're going to have a little bit of damage onto the bottom tower. Xanth, though, ooh, getting a little spicy with it. How long on tap? No tap available, but do have a shift from K-Star. Time trading with the Vala. Nicely done there. Is he going to go for it? Oh, I kind of wish he had gone for it. Funds is in the back lane, by the way, just kind of farming the Anduin. And might not live to see the day. Time stepping forward, gets a nice pick onto Tyrael. Already 100 stacks on Sylvanas, doing a very good job on those stacks. And they're looking for a pick here on the mid lane. Tezopako going to be able to stop this escape. Keg's running for his life, but does get tongued. And with that, it's 3-2 now in favor of heavy hitters as far as kills go, as both teams go back to doing chores here in the bottom lane. Both teams almost simultaneously getting here. Zoom back in a little bit. Forgot I was that far out. Johanna going to be providing some stacks for the Vala as she reaches her first benchmark. No deaths yet on the Vala. Good heals here from Lucifer, but Funds is a raid boss on this Tyrael. And as these pumpkins are cleared out, it looks like Deathwing is trying to stall the top objective. Will do so successfully. Nice pick here on the Joe. Time trying to get out. Shift will be used onto the Tyrael. And a bunch of pumpkins are going to connect to this bottom wall. Let's take a look here in the top lane and see what is going on. It looks like Sho getting a nice pick there. Deathwing and Thrall, the dynamic duo, able to bully the Dahaka, and he's going to lose 1 stack on his level 7. But here comes the cavalry. First Funds to show up. Johanna's still dead. And I think Thrall's just going to have to be content giving this objective or risk dying himself. 17 stacks on the Thrall. 29 Toad stacks, I guess I should specify, on the Nazebo. And 52 on their way to completing the Vile Infection. Deathwing's going to land in the bottom lane. Funds is caught out a little bit, but not quite as caught out as the Vala might be. Shield is available. Shield misses. Really nice dodge there from the Vala. Here comes a shift, and it's an engage onto the back line. Judgment used onto the Vala. Nice. Rain of Vengeance times 2. Syl tries to get away, but whereabouts. Very, very nice tongue there from the Dahaka. Able to catch the escape. With that, we saw most of all ults, but we'll cover some of the others. We have Sunder, Wailing Arrow, Burn Beneath My Shadows, and Light Bomb as well. Xanth playing with a little bit of fire, quite literally and figuratively. Nice cleanse there by K-Star for some healing. Ravenous Spirit, Blink Heal, Isolation. We saw the double Rain of Vengeance and Judgment as well. That's so irritating. Tezopako just stopping the rotation here, just to delay him a little bit more. And they've done a really nice job pushing in this top lane. Both the towers here are quite battered and bruised. Keg's going to look for a couple of stacks, will not find any this time. Sundering used to maybe just it seemed like a rage Sunder. It just seemed like, I'm sick of you interrupting me. F you. Here's a Sunder in your face. Sho is going all in. He's yelling timber. Nice shield onto the back line, but it looks like they turn all of their attention onto Funds, and he will go down. Shift not going to be available this time. Tyrael is going to blow up on a couple of people. Wailing Arrow is used more as a just like a hey, get out of here type of thing. They really have pretty shitty stall, I would say, Red Team does. And I really like to see them just kind of step up here and fight. But Deathwing is getting in the air. And will be arriving shortly. Everybody is just kind of biding their time. Looking for an angle. Looking for someone out of place. This fight definitely does favor heavy hitters. They got a lot more tools in the kit here. Nice damage there by Sho. Sunder and connecting to Vala and the Brightwing. A huge W there by Thrall. And K-Star's going to have to run. Xanth running for his life as well. Funds not really able to do much here as Sho marches forward onto Tezopako. Here we have a Judgment onto Thrall in the back line. Will they be able to get a kill out of it? I don't think so. Funds getting run down by the Thrall. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Sho trying to create some space. Xanthanarium, unafraid, marching forward, getting some stacks. Now at 115. Tongue not going to connect on much. It's a nice dig there from whereabouts. But Fun's now getting low. Time focusing his attention onto the Tyrael. Will he be able to get the pick? Looks like yes, he will. Fun's fully committing and is going to get out of here. But caught in the wall is Super. He able to get a shield off, lands on 2, and it's a big wailing arrow from Time. Johanna falls to the back line to the Dahaka. Sho coming down for support. And Xanthanarium has no mana left, no E available. And when the dust settles here, it looks like Thrall going to be able to cap this objective finally. And maybe Sho getting another kill for it as well. On an Azebo. Heck of a battle there. Very prolonged fight. Talent tier obtained as well. We have our 13s. And Vala tempered by discipline. Big engage onto Time. Really nicely done there with the E. The pull, good as well. But Lucifer, the self-bomb disengage. Double root. Super trying to peel Lucifer. For Lucifer, I should say. Is he going to be able to get out of here? I think so. Now the tower shots are significant. They aren't able to get the pick, and Tyrael will fall. So 4 deaths on the Tyrael Vala, though, at nil. Are they going to look for a shield? Doesn't look like... Oh, they don't even have shield available. But in the top lane, Thrall and Nazebo, this dynamic duo of getting the camp and pushing buildings, has been doing a really nice job. Thrall has a lot of work to do to make sure that he doesn't lose this tower, because he's not getting a lot of support from the Syl, per se. The Deathwing's been in the off lane a little bit to clear waves, but for the most part, Xanth's getting a nice few stacks there. 7-7 in kills, very even game. 24-32. We have a bit of a gank attempt here in the top lane. Nice tongue there. The Sundering, though, to disengage. He knew he needed it. The root will connect to both of them. Spell armor used. And Thrall will walk out unscathed. But top tower now will definitely be a target for them. Shield available. They have Judgment on to Time. The E can't be used. It's a nice arrow there to disengage the healer. Xanth getting quite low, Super marching forward, but Funds is in the backline on Time, but I don't think he's going to be able to get the kill. Meanwhile, Sho flies in as Kags tries to sneak this objective, and it looks like he might get it. No, Whereabouts going to be able to stop him there. Fuzz still in the backline, Super quite low as well. Both tanks at low HP, and Xanthanarium, the follow, goes to tap. The Zebo pushing down the top lane, though. So this 4-on-5 gonna be a bit of a push. Syl now will try to get some value here with these black arrows, but now it's a 5-man effort. Shield's still not available. Let's see if Kags has a Sunder available. They see the Vala. They're gonna go on the Vala here, I think. Maybe from this bush. I would really like to see a Sundering from this bush. But they just kind of full get top fort, Heavy Hitters does. And they are playing the map quite well. It's what their comp does. Super going in, finding a shield, gets a nice root there from Lucifer, but it's a good cleanse from K-Star. No more damage will be happening. And yeah, just very slow siege damage here from too many Geese as Xanthanarium marches forward, going to be able to get a shift. Super trying to scoop people up, and now here comes Tezopaco with a wall. He gets some spell power, he gets some armor. Dahaka is pushing the mid tower right now. Thrall is struggling in the top lane to get things back, and it's a 4-on-4. Really nice silence here from Time. K-Star completely out of mana as he's able to E out. Sho getting a big heal, but will it be enough? Nice ice block there. It's a good root from the Anduin, but Xanthanarium is healthy enough to keep marching forward. Down goes the Johanna. Funds able to kill the Syl in the top lane. A Sho will fall as well. Not for nothing, the Anduin does catch Nazebo. And as a triple altar phase will spawn, it looks like, while it is 32-16 for a moment, check back in about 30 seconds, and that's going to be a very different score. Thrall can really not do anything on the map or the objective right now. He might be able to stall this once, but yeah, that's going to only anger Dahaka as he comes around the bush. Danger has been pinged. And look at the shots now raining down on the blue team's core. 5 apiece and 15 shots, and we have essentially a tie game here. But the map state is certainly much in favor of heavy hitters here, and they are only getting stronger. Vala still at 0 deaths and at 208 stacks. Nazebo approaching Vial Infection, approaching level 20s. Sylvanas almost at their pinnacle as well. Thrall a bit behind the curve, only at 30 E stacks of his level 1. And heavy hitters have their sights set on this bottom keep now, with these additional pumpkins laying waste to the bottom fort. Sylvanas stuck clearing top. Toads have been completed, by the way. And so has Syl's Pinnacle Quest. About even in levels, about even in kills. About even in core and towers. The map state still is in favor of heavy hitters. They are kind of set up for the 6 cap if they get another big team wipe. We have a couple of pumpkins going to be pushing in the bottom lane too. This tower will likely go down if nobody responds to it. And again, Whereabouts has been on camp duty this entire game, this top siege camp, and been doing a great job focusing his efforts onto the top tower, putting so much pressure onto it. Deathwing's going to land here in the bottom lane. Nazebo and Dahaka are full committing to taking the top fort. So this will allow Too Many Geese to get this next objective. Let's see what the red team does in response to this. They certainly want 20s, and with this keep, they should be able to get it pretty easily. Whereabouts taking a lot of damage here, though. Thankfully, the minion wave does show up. And the top tower will fall. Deathwing will get the bottom fort. So they trade 1 for 1 here, and now this is just a very free objective here for Too Many Geese. Nice play there to snipe that bottom objective. And with that, they will trade boss, so 4 more shots heading to the left, couple heading to the right. Here we are, stuck in the middle of another Towers of Doom game, and essentially dead nuts even. But Vala now has Farflight Quiver, only 20 stacks away from completing Vial Infection. And it looks like we have somebody running down Nazebo here. It's a nice light bomb, going to be able to disengage with the ice block. Still here. I don't think the shift is okay. I'm glad the shift didn't go out for heavy hitters. That would have been a disaster. They only lose 1, but shield is available here now. And Thrall's not coming, but it's still a 3-on-4. Xanthanarium continuing to get stacks, continuing to put pressure into the back line. There's a shield, but it's really just not going to amount so much. I think Mind Control would have been my call here. But Xanth marching forward, getting a lot of damage on a time, but flew a little to the sun. Too close to the sun, rather. Does get burned. So his first death. I know the feeling. I know the feeling of having Farflight and feeling like you have all the power in the palm of your hand. And then you remember that 1 missed micro means that you just kind of die anyway, and that's appearing to be the case. So with this next objective here, will be 4 more shots available to bring heavy hitters down to 8. I don't think... Ooh, Tezopaco comes in, and it's really a spicy angle here. Shift going to be used, but canceled. Nice disengage there by Lucifer with the light bomb. Kegs marching forward with his E-talent, and Thrall doing so much damage. They get a pick, and things starting to fall apart a little bit more for heavy hitters now. Staggering these deaths. Shield is available. There's a couple of pumpkins here that could be picked, but beautiful tongue from Whereabouts. Joe will fall. Just popping the D far too late and not respecting the pressure that the red team has. Xanthanarium fully spun up with this Farflight Quiver will be able to get now this bottom fort back with a lot less pressure than before. And down goes the bottom keep. And let's see now. I mean, this is scary now. I mean, Too Many Geese, they had a good run, but this middle fort is pretty dead, and this bottom fort is pretty dead. So they're not going to have many buildings very soon. Time does have possession available for minions. You could possess all 4 of these minions if you wanted to. Or not. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Nazebo walling in whereabouts. That's how he gets rewarded. And red team heavy hitters gonna have their sights set on this next objective. Their next objective, which is going to be the middle keep. And just like that, too many geese are down to one building, and they have to play ring around the rosy here. How long on boss? It's still a minute and a half. 2 altars will be up, which could potentially end the game if heavy hitters gets both of them. Vala is so far up, and it's crazy. Gets silenced. We have a big engage in the backline. Whereabouts misses the isolation, but hits the tongue on the thrall. Funds is in the backline, trying to disengage with the Anduin. Xanthanarium with his Farflight Quiver is running wild. Show getting quite low, but so is Funds. Beautiful sundering there, and Syl catches the Brightwing out. Deathwing will fall, but it's a 2-for-1 so far. Tyrael trying to get some damage on the Thrall, but Kegs marching forward onto the Xanthanarium. Whereabouts hits a beautiful tongue, and Xanth lives, at least for the moment. He does with that tempered by discipline, and such a close fight. And it looks like, oh, Joe kills him with the blind, but they have no other way to deal with the Vala. He tried to sidestep an auto attack, which didn't quite work. Minus 40 those, minus 40. Beautiful tongue. Whereabouts been hitting tongues like crazy here in the late game, and they have to trade these objectives. Xanth, did he drop Vent? Oh, he dropped Hatred. He dropped Hatred, though, so this is actually playable. Johanna is going to be able to do a lot of damage. It's a nice tongue onto Dahaka. By Dahaka, excuse me, but gets a little too close to Joe. And now Whereabouts and Vala will fall. What a fight. Too many geese come out on top. At least for the moment. Super... Okay, he sees it. I was a little worried he wasn't going to see it. Funds going in on the Tyrael. Deathwing's going to jump down. Johanna is here. The raid boss herself. And we are going to have another scuffle here. What a beautiful silence there. And a nice light bomb to boot. Going to catch the Brightwing. Fun's going to try to disengage here. He just kind of needs to run away. Looks like he'll be able to do so. Boss is up. And boss ends. Oh, the game is over. The game is over. I've just put this together now. They're going to have to try to do some Herculean effort. We don't have the 13 that's going to block out this objective, so they have to do something special here. Tezopako trying to get in and do some damage, but Super doing a great job keeping him zoned. Meanwhile, Fun's getting run out of the way by time here. Gets onto the objective, but it's a nice Sunder from Thrall, and that will do it. GG's will come out. And after all that, what a battle, what a game. Too many geese come out on top. Whew. What a game. That was a lot of fun. Crazy, crazy team fights. 18-15 in kills, slightly favoring Geese. Very close game up to the very end. Interesting comps. And everybody just kind of running it down. I mean, just full send most of that game. Outstanding by both teams. Still leading the way in damage. Xanthanarium on the Vala right behind. The Haka play was so strong, by the way. Absolutely the MVP there. Healing numbers very similar. I mean, just a very close game. The Andy Joe versus the Hakavala 2v2 is not what I was expecting. Yeah. No, but Joe, I mean, Joe pumps. Like, she does a lot of damage. She beat the Thrall in damage. I don't exactly remember how many stacks the Thrall ended with, but Johanna do be doing some damage. Great game. Alright, so let's get the map pool updated here. Too many geese winning that one. We will give them their hard-earned point on the board. And I will go back to trying to figuring out what game I was thinking about earlier. Welcome, Creosoto. Let's see. I got invited to a lobby. And what do we got? We have Infernal Shrines. This was picked by Team 1. My computer is running so poorly right now. Holy. Alright. Close my email. Yeah. And Vala could not lose Hatred there. Because that gives Johanna the opportunity to actually get a scoop on them. But if Vala never drops Hatred, and granted they were like 1 HP, I don't even know if it was possible to not drop Hatred and not die at that point. But dropping Hatred was the reason that the Vala was able to actually get caught during that. And the nerf to Vala a couple patches ago was significant. Like, that extra second of Hatred is usually the difference between staying at 10 stacks and going down to 0. I think that was like an appropriate nerf. Let's see here. It's your boy, King Andrew, subbing with the Twitch Prime. Thank you so much. Using his full government name. Team 2 has the map pick here. Team 2 has map pick. This was picked by blue team. Okay. Which means they took first pick. Makes sense. Thought you confirmed Joe, but the desperate prayer saved another fort. Okay. Alright, let's see what this pirate game was called. So, my idiot friends were thinking about playing it. They are idiots. They usually make a new chat for games like this. Private survival game. Wind Rose. Wind Rose. Okay. All right. Close that so it doesn't fry my computer. We are just waiting on kegs to come back from Too Many Geese, and then we'll get on our way. And I have to call my wife because she just told me something about her job.
crusade calls.
Let's fly!
Glory leader light. Death is beyond your reach.
Let the Inquisition commence!
I will not be denied.
There is always hope.
I am the destroyer.
Prepare yourselves for battle, heroes.
Is your ignition broken?
The battle begins in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let the battle begin.
Alright, I am back. Thank you for your patience. Funds immediately getting farmed here. Stun only connecting to kegs. Time had to have gotten hit by that. What an interesting couple of comps here that we have. Joe, Matthew, Deathwing again, Falstead, and White Mane. And it appears that Heavy Hitters decided to have fun. Yeah, Vala and Sylban, we're not doing that shit again. Exactly. Exactly. Will of Tichondrius is the new hotness for Mal'Ganis. Yep. Yeah, sorry. I was on the phone with my wife, so That
What
was...
though? It's your boy King Andrew. We can't hear you on stream.
Yeah, I know, I fixed it. I was away. Thank you, King. Alright, so... Nice scoop here onto the fuzz. Ooh, whip almost missed. Or almost connected, rather. Just missed. Oh no, Xanth's gonna lose his stacks. No, it's tragic. Cube Quest's gonna take a little bit longer to complete this time around. Meanwhile, we have Echo of the Elements from Thrall. Did get a little bit of a nerf. I believe it's one less bounce, and you have to get 25 more stacks, but it's still an obtainable quest. Meanwhile, Show and Time. I get kings to call me, yes. It's your boy, King Andrew. Alright. Alright, bring it on. What do we have for level 4 here? Consume Soul. I really like that talent. I think I really like it specifically on this map, too. It's a little sus when the objective's top, but for the most part, you're able to kind of pop in and out of lanes and get a bunch of value from that talent very quickly. Blue team got their camp out a little bit quicker. Funds farming this quest, but uh-oh, speaking of farms, Time going in, gets a big heal. And now Lucifer, he's a white man, he'll be able to walk away. Let's see how this first kerfuffle will play out. Funds is at half HP. Unicorn does not have a ton of mana. We do have a team swap, by the way. I don't see... Is Tezupaco on the Thrall? Okay, yeah, he's on the Thrall. Who did they swap out? We have Drunk Unicorn now instead of... I don't know who. Keg's on the Matthew, getting some value in the back line. Time going in, trying to get a pick onto the Gul'dan, but they're not going to get it this time around. Gul'dan's going to have to tap. It's 34-11 in favor of Too Many Geese, and they will get this first Frozen Punisher. They have summoned the Frozen Punisher. It is marching from left to right. Meanwhile, in the top lane with this Camp Tezupaco and Whereabouts, getting a little bit of value to the top wall. Let's check back in here of the mid lane. Drunk Unicorn bops the Joe away. And the next jump could be quite deadly. You see Time waiting for this jump. And instead goes on to Gul'dan. They put a lot of damage here onto Fuzz. And will they be able to get the kill? 200 HP, 77 HP. They are still standing. Nice scoop there by Joe. Gets rooted by the Punisher. John Cena claiming another victim here. That is a misclick and a half. We have Boomerang with auto attack build Falstad. That is 100% a misclick. Don't have to confirm that. Whoopsie daisies. Oh, that feels really bad. Like two ships in the night, the tanks pass each other. Funds ended up on the other side of the team here. Gul'dan almost completing this level 1, now only needs 4 more stacks. And just like that, quest complete. So, big for the next team fight having that additional area there, 33%. They try to sleep Lucifer. They do get a sleep onto Lucifer. But they kind of walk directly into the enemy team and die. Showa took no damage as they tried to engage on Lucifer. Because of that, he goes kaput. That fan is so loud. Oh my god. There's a fan on my computer that is struggling. Hopefully it's not super noticeable on stream, but I got a feeling it is. Okay, I'm gonna try to fix this for a second. You guys watch where funds goes, okay? I'll be right back. Let me know if anything crazy happens. People, you're in charge.
Another shrine will be ready soon.
Okay, Meeple, well done. Everything's still working. Get a little bit of engage here by funds. Oh yeah, I fixed it. That's much better. Okay, where were we? Enough interruptions. 47 stacks on Thrall. Only 3-0 in kills. Slightly favoring the Geese, but that can all change in one team fight as Red Team gets their camp out. But the objective here is kind of already gone. It's already 20-0 now in favor of our blue team. Thrall and Falstad playing off lane, but here comes Matthew with these not tormented souls. Nice gust there onto funds. It's everybody's going everywhere. There are fears being used in every direction. Big conversion there onto Matthew. Whereabouts looking for a stun. Will he be able to find it? Xanthanarium getting run down first. The fan's doing the thing again. Whereabouts getting blown up. Show is farming, by the way. Very full health bar there. And with 13s, they are marching forward. Fun's trying to get some more stacks. Gets Aegis. Should get a big heal out of this. Nope, not quite. And it is a 4-for-0 in favor of too many Geese. And with this Mortar Punisher, this fort is kaput. It's making a different noise, but it's a quieter noise. Oh, they need a pause. Mouse battery. Alright. That didn't fix it. Nope, I made it worse somehow. I might just unplug that fan. It is doing nothing for me, I don't think. It's already so cool in this basement. Anyway, the first fort goes down. The Mortar Punisher at 68%. Right between those two pivotal numbers. This blue team now has their sights set on this middle fort. Engage here onto Tezo. Big shield from Johanna. As time flies in. Show going in. Gonna be able to body block. It's a nice sucky there by the Mal'Ganis. And the bunker is gonna be used to get people to the other side. What a nice bunker. That was crazy. But Red Team has completely abandoned their Mal'Ganis. And as such, funds will find the Hall of Storms. Sustained Winds is online for Falstad. 56 and 52 stacks for Thrall and Mal'Ganis. Black Harvest is certainly a talent I don't see taken very often. Don't know what it does. Permanent increase Reaper marks duration by 2. Okay. Nice shield there as Gul'dan went to go check a bush and confirmed that they were there. It appears that heavy hitters are trying to speed run this last game. Time doesn't have the pressure he would have if he had Secret Weapon. But they should be able to get this bottom fort as Blaze is stuck doing chores mid. Tezopaco calling that time does not have E available, but really not much they can do with the Gul'dan dead. Nearly 150 stacks now, getting that second pinnacle quest completion on Falstad. Whenever I see this team, Too Many Geese, I just think of Showtime, Show and Time, and think of... Was that a flight for... What? He flew from here to here! Alright. The Protoss player, Showtime, who is always a lot of fun to watch. Let's see what's going on here. The top laner, off laner is duking it out. They're all doing a really nice job getting stacks. Already at 72. But, red team, heavy hitters, not really going to be able to do much into this next objective here. As Deathwing's literally sitting in a bush. He's adorable. Both tanks! Love it. They're going after Falstad. He's able to get away and still has Gust, mind you, so he's fine. Blue team has started the objective, already 5 stacks in. Make that 9. Big engage by Funds. So much damage onto Johanna, just like that. Johanna explodes. Maybe not able to get there in time, and Funds is smurfing on the Falstad right now. Lucifer, nice cleanse to be able to get Falstad out of that. And it's a big fear on to Lucifer. The Thrall is there to provide a ton of damage. Big suck there by Funds, who's still in there doing damage, willing his team to a successful fight. And just like that, some life from the side of heavy hitters. Really nice play there from the Mal'Ganis that time around. I keep calling it a suck. It's dark conversion, right? Dark conversion. Big dark conversion there. Ooh, time flirting with danger. And red team's going to go do a bunch of camps, get this next objective, and should be able to get their first fort of this game. Deathwing taking a lot of damage. Super. Going in, maybe looking for an engage. There's Deathwing marches forward. Drunk Unicorn getting quite low, but he's going to have a heal available. Doesn't hit Xanthanarium, though, notably. Blaze looking for a stun. The jump is eaten by the Deathwing, which feels like something Deathwing could do quite easily. And here we have a flight. And here we have a gust. Into the bottom corner, Deathwing. Bunker used immediately. Everybody's going to have to get in the bunker, but everybody's 1 HP out of this, and it's going to be a disaster for heavy hitters. Down go 3 of them. A couple of frontline remain as time marches forward. Time comes for us all. And a nice gust there into that bottom wall. As our level 20s are popped. Let's see if we have anything here. No one can stop death. Indestructible from Johanna. Judgment Day. Wind Tunnel and stood in the... Wait, stood in the fire. Ha! Love it. Deathwing thinks he's completing his pinnacle quest this game. That's hilarious. Let's see how much damage the Mal'Ganis has. He's second in the game over Falstad, by the way, in damage. By 100, but still. Seeing Mal'Ganis be top anything is fascinating. Nice fear. They go immediately onto Mal'Ganis. The gust has to be used. Or onto the Matthew, excuse me. Nice gust by time. Keeping the front line alive. The fear almost catching a critical mass of people. They're trying to... He doesn't have Gust. They're just going to try to kill Funds. And they do a successful job at that. Nice shield. He would have died faster if Felstad didn't misclick the 7, but things happen. And now, too many Geese have their sights set on this bottom keep. There are too many keeps, and because of that, they must be eliminated. Deathwing, with this reset ability here at level 10 and level 20, means that he's going to be able to have this again very shortly. He's going to lose a plate, which is rather unfortunate, but he does have his ultimate back, should they decide to go mid. And now the shrine is active. We have another frozen shrine, which really doesn't do much for too many Geese, because you can't shut off the core. And there's not a building here. Well, they got a Gen G banner. Interesting. Let it go, it's 14 levels ago. I've let it go. I'm just pointing things out for all the new people in chat. That's an unfortunate pause. Oh my god. As looking for a team, please. As this guy, I don't even know who is under there. Is that, I think that's White Man, right? Oh no, it's not White Man. It's Kegs. Okay, that's the, who's Kegs on? That's the Matthew. As Matthew is dying, basically, the pause, and he's just gonna kind of die. Yeah, makes sense. Meanwhile, bunker having to be used here in the bottom lane. It looks like Super is going to look for an engage out of this. Not use a wireless mouse? Do you really? I don't know if I've ever been playing with you that I've noticed it actually be an issue. Show gonna fly over the top of everybody, but takes so much damage. Holy, the fear is huge. And Gul'dan kills Whitemane. Super getting quite low as well, but the Dark Convergence popping off. Kegs will fall. Cleo Soto with the follow, and it is a 3-0 in favor of heavy hitters. Fat Cat saying wireless sucks, because what happens when you're not wired anymore? What? Wireless sucks because what happens when you're not wired anymore? I don't even know what that means. Yo, are heavy hitters coming back? Are they gonna win this game? On this push? It's a Frozen Punisher. Rechargeable batteries last month. Okay. Deathwing, yeah, Deathwing had to come back. Falstad needs to come back as well. And I think you just gust the rest of them away at this point. I think you have to gust the rest of them away. If they just all in core here, it's going to be scary. Yeah, there's the gust used. A little bit of miscommunication there on what they were using, but now the focus will be on this Frozen Punisher. Let's see how the team fight goes. The shield is broken. Kegs in the backline, though. The fear hits him only. It will be enough to kill him. Yes, so Matthew goes down, but it's a big Whitemane ult. Deathwing getting in there. Look at the damage from Deathwing. Super pushing forward, trying to keep the game going, and they will successfully do so. Funds, the last remaining gentleman in the bunker, gonna have to get a big suck. He does so, but will fall. It's 3-1. All you gotta do is keep it charged and replace it out before you think it'll go out. But if using disposable batteries, I can see the issue. Yeah. We're not doing a 3-hour cast. Not today, but playoffs are coming. And playoffs are gonna be a thing. Where's Falstad going? Okay. I respect it. I respect it. I respect the effort. So heavy hitters are going to lose another keep, but they will all be back up for this next objective. And much to too many Geese's dismay, heavy hitters has a building here in the top lane where the objective is. So this game, even if too many Geese get it, may not be over. A guy named Show just showed him how large he really is. He's dragging. He is. And he was dragging his big old dragon nuts right across the front line of heavy hitters. Deathwing, being the goodest boy. Who's got a good sit? Who's got a good sit? That's you. It's adorable. Have you ever read why you can't interact with Deathwing? Has anybody ever read this? Where does it say? Maybe I can't actually see his trait. But it says specifically, like... I'm missing a... Okay, I'm missing a fight. I'll read it later. Where does it say? Okay, there it is. Deathwing is a mighty dragon aspect who is permanently unstoppable and deals 100% additional spell damage to heroes, but views his allies with contempt and ignores any of their friendly effects. Is my favorite text. Views his allies with contempt, which is basically how I feel when I'm playing Storm League at any level. We have a backdoor attempt here, and do they know? They know. Yeah, they smell something's up. And here they go. They're going to try to all-in core. Let's see if they do it. This is for the game. Big Sundering's going to catch 3 people, but Super has a nice shield. Gust going to disengage everybody in the core at 62%. Funds full sense core the way they're supposed to. Meanwhile, the best of the team got gusted away. Xanthanarium trying to get there. And Too Many Geese doing a great job keeping everybody off the core. He used a dot. He used the dot to escape. You're supposed to die on core with the rest of the team. What are you doing? He ran away like a coward. He could have done 29, but instead he did nothing. And because of that, I mean, it's gonna have to be a big fear. How many ultimates were not used there? We actually didn't use Fear, Aegis, or Dark Conversion in that last push. So many ultimates going to waste. And that will do it. Too Many Geese are gonna win here. I respect the hell out of heavy hitters coming in and trying to have fun with the game tonight. Playing some weird things. We had, I think, a near top damage Mal'Ganis. Did more damage than the Matthew, the Thrall, the Blaze. And GG's will come out. Too Many Geese gonna win 2-0. Get the domination. Heck of a game, heck of a series. That was a fun one. Glad I was able to pick that up. Lead the way to damage. Gul'dan, Deathwing, 2-0 tonight. Falstad, I believe, 2-0 as well. Even 65,000 damage. Mal'Ganis, even with 6 deaths, almost out-damaging the Falstad. So, maybe there is something to this Will of Tichondrius. It'll remain to be seen. Final Slash stealing 4% of health. How much self-healing did the Mal'Ganis have? 43,000. That's not nothing. That's a pretty sizable number. beating both Deathwing, Johanna, Matthew, Falstad. I mean, even the Gul'dan didn't have as much self-healing. And now we know more about Deathwing. Thanks, Meeple. XP contribution here. Thrall and Kags leading the way as well. Let's see what we have on the docket for tomorrow. Let's go over to here. Let's give Geese their point. Oops, I went full screen. That's not what I want to do. Any games coming up? I think there's only one game tomorrow. Oh no, that's not true. There's a couple. So tomorrow we actually have somebody casting. Hell yeah. We have OGGO casting a Div C CCS against Protectors of Shakuras. And all the other games start at 8 o'clock Central, with Geese playing as well. Maybe I will try to pick that up, because that is going to be an interesting game. FBI against Too Many Geese. I'll see if I'm home in time to grab that tomorrow. Otherwise, until then, appreciate everybody coming out and supporting NGS, supporting my channel. Thank you for the sub, King Andrew, as well. Congratulations again to Too Many Geese, 2-0 over Heady Hitters. Thank you for the follow, Creo, as well. Until next time, I'm Eternally Blue. Be good to each other, huh?